When you find it difficult to form a particular habit, your willpower isn't the problem. The problem is your environment. The people you think have amazing self-control, the only thing they do is avoid seeing the temptation in the first place. If you are seeing me for the first time, hello, my name is AJ. And this series is called Chapter Summary with AJ, where I summarize one chapter of a good book every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, giving you enough time to practice and digest one chapter before the next one. And today I'm introducing one of my favorite chapters, which is Chapter 6 of Atomic Habits by James Clear. Chapter 6 completely changed my perspective about discipline. Believe it or not, your environment shapes your habit and your identity way, way more than you think. Mr. Clear spoke about a primary care physician who came to a general hospital in Boston and discovered that staff and visitors take sodas more than water. And the physician came up with a plan to change their drinking habits without even talking to them. She arranged bottled water at every corner around the hospital cafeteria. Water was now available at every drink location. 3 months later, the number of soda sales dropped by 11.4%, and the sales of bottled water increased by 25.8%. People often choose products not because of what they are, but because of where they are. That's why when you go to the mall to buy Oral-B toothpaste, on getting there, you saw different varieties of toothpaste, herbal toothpaste, charcoal toothpaste, and so on. Believe me when I say you might end up not buying that Oral-B you wanted to buy, not because you don't know what to buy, but because of how the product was presented to you. Here is the bigger idea. Your whole environment acts as a cue that triggers a particular habit. Your room, your bed, even a specific area of your couch can become a cue to a habit over time. When you sit in the same spot every time you wanted to eat, and one day that spot becomes occupied, you feel weird and uncomfortable when you want to eat. That is because your brain has automatically associated that spot with eating. When you want to eat, you want to sit on that spot. That's why Mr. Clear said, give each space one job. Even though you have a small apartment, create your space, redesign your space, your desks for working only, your chair for reading, and so on. When a space has one clear use, you don't need to rely on motivation. Your environment does the cueing for you. You remember in chapter 3 where we said, make the cue obvious. This is what we were talking about. Small change in what is visible, what is accessible, what is in your way. They all compound just like the 1% improvement in chapter 1. Change the space and the behavior often change itself. If you can manage to stick with this strategy, your environment becomes associated with a particular habit. Focus comes automatically when you are sitting on your work desk. Relaxation is more easier when you are sitting on a chair designed for that purpose. Sleep comes quickly when it's the only thing that happens on your bed. If you want a habit that is steady and predictable, then you need an environment that is steady and predictable. Redesign your room or your environment and let me know how it went. So, that's all I have for you. Remember, growth is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you were meant to be. With that being said, I will see you in my next one. For now, keep growing.